Hey guys, welcome to Cafe Money. We've been always telling you to save money. Today, we're gonna tell you to spend. Woo! In this episode, so this is the magic bag.
Don't go out and spend more money. I think that's like spending to save.
Yeah. Actually, more like save my time traveling there to book the appointment. Do you just get other people's password? You're one of those, right?
I asked Juno for his account.
What's $200 to you, man? Is like peanut money, right?
Peanut.
Money is still money, guys. Yeah.
The high level thinking, mid level to me buying soap. Again, welcome back to Cafe Money, and today we are talking about spending money. Like sometimes you could spend money, and spending money you will save money. So this topic is about that today.
Yes, let's not waste some tissue. Let's put it back.
Let's put back tissue. Tissue is precious.
Today we want to talk about a very interesting topic, and Ken put in a lot of effort to make this video happen, right? Which I want to thank Ken a lot for as well. We want to talk about spending money, some of our best spend or decision for spending, and how does that transcend across us saving tons of money, right? Of course, or some money in future, right? So we want to give some more practical, personal item issue stuff rather than some like big picture concept, right? So it's this whatever we share today are what we done and what we are doing right now, right? And I think it's something that people might be interested to know on this topic, right? Ken, so what do you do to spend to save money?
In this episode, alright, so this is the magic bag, and inside it has 3 items, and I'll talk about the money I spend to save. So the first one, this is called a trimmer.
Trimmer,
What,
yeah.
shaver?
It's a trimmer.
Trimmer.
So
What?
so
What
if you
is
could
that?
see, there's many different length. I usually cut my own hair. So if I spend $30 on this, I cut my own hair. Actually, more like I save my time traveling there to book the appointment, and over the long term, that's a lot of money.
Wait, you cut your own hair. Then what
Yeah.
about the behind?
After a while, you get used to it. So after like maybe
Like
3,
this? Z,
yeah,
Z,
you just
Z, Z, Z.
yeah. You just put behind. You just roughly go. You have the feeling. Anything that is bad, I will just finish off with clay.
Hey,
So-
but your hair really quite nice.
On
I
point,
cannot
his
believe
hair-
it.
his hair is on
You do
point.
this on your own. You cut your own hair.
Yeah. With
Then
the-
what about this part when it grows longer?
You just watch YouTube. There's a lot of YouTube channel.
Just get
videos
those
on-
scissors, those hairdresser scissors,
Yeah,
those
they
like
just-
layering
I
scissors.
cannot believe
stuff,
it. You cut your own hair.
Yeah.
Like some of the viewers who have followed us for a long run, right, or saw me on my personal channel will know that I have this random comb back hair, which is very different from now. It was a video recorded earlier as well. In fact, I bought my own trimmers. I was in KL. I bought it at 30 ringgit Malaysian money, right, which is like $10 Singapore dollars. Yeah, lasts me very well because I did the ROI calculation on that,
Okay.
right? Because in Singapore, we cut a guy haircut is like ranging from $10 to $30. Combination of that is about $20 save times like 5. Oh, it's very distracting. Like you, I very hard to do my math when you all you care about is staring at the trimmer. Hello, Qiuyu, can you just focus a bit?
Sorry.
Forget about the math now. Okay, but anyway, so $30 times like 5-6 times a year minimally. I'm not as extreme as Ken, so I trim it like twice myself, and then on the 3rd time I will go to a salon because
then to help.
I will get a reset again. So the screw up level got reset again because as you trim, you get like a little bit lopsided as you go along, right?
Yeah.
But I think overrun is saved like $100 I guess.
Yeah,
like,
it's crazy.
per year on this.
But wait, how much is this thing?
$30.
$30. And then you just cut your hair and trim it yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, good investment.
Let me tell you a secret. I know how to cut girls' hair.
Are you serious?
Serious.
I don't know if
On
I
next
dare to
episode,
let you
we
cut
have
my
Qiuyu
hair.
hair being cut by Ken. How many of you are interested? Please type in Ken cuts Qiuyu hair.
Hey, but-
Okay,
but-
honestly speaking, I don't mind letting you try to cut my hair.
okay.
How bad
Game's
can
on.
it get?
No, I think the layering on your hair could be done better. Just by
My
looking at
gosh.
it, because I watched a lot
did.
of YouTube videos on how to cut a lady's hair and how to do it the proper way. You see, the layering is I'll do a better job.
Okay, I let you try the next time.
On this part of the episode, we're going to focus on hairstyling. Kidding, but I think that's a big part when it comes to expenses that's slowly burning as well. I think a lot of people don't see. I think I know Qiuyu personally, she'll be guilty as charged for the amount of money she invested in
I spent on my haircut. Yeah, the amount of
Yeah.
money I spent on my hair.
The amount of time there.
I guess it's a little bit different for women. I guess.
Okay,
I mean,
wait.
I'm not trying to be like sexist or what, but I think it's a bit harder for women. You get my point? Like for guys,
Okay, to be honest, right, I think it can be as cheap as it gets. Because if you have long hair, technically you keep it long, you don't really need to trim it. But if you are a woman, I have kept like short hair before. If you have short hair, then you need to keep cutting almost once every month or every 6 weeks to maintain that look and the shape. So actually long hair is easier to maintain. And contrary to the daily maintenance, I don't maintain my hair. So after I don't even put conditioner, and that's why my hair is screwed up. Really. So right, after I bathe, my hair is like all tangled up. I just need to blow dry it and then I go out.
Okay, your hair looks pretty healthy, you know.
That's why you need a very good haircut. That's why I invest, I spend more money for that proper haircut. Although you think that it's not good enough, next time you cut for me.
Next surprise I have here.
Okay, next one.
Ken is just like doing so much effort, guys. If you guys are feeling this, right, guys, I want you to drop in a comment and say thanks to Ken. I mean, like, we have our list, but he just one-up us by bringing the products, right, making us look so bad and so unprepared for this episode. But come on, Ken, so what's the next item?
I mean, they have very good items, so I'll let you hear about them. So next one I have is this $2 bar of soap. I prefer bar soap. Okay, this is from Thailand. It's papaya and rice milk honey soap. And there's some Thai girl picture here, the before and after. I think they basically just Photoshop increased brightness. I think that's all they did. And these are the...
So this is about like what, 150 USD?
Yeah, about
$1.50 USD.
How long can this last?
Month, 2 months.
Serious?
Yeah.
But soap.
Actually, I don't like the water soap because it's actually bad for the environment and stuff. So if you use bar soap, it's better for your skin too.
You think about this, the recent trend, I'm not too sure how recent, but people are going back to using soap bar, but very expensive one. Have you heard of Lush?
Yeah.
Actually, it's like, you know, there's time where people are using this and the liquid one get convenience and is doing very well, and all this plastic stuff and going on. People are going back to soap bar.
Yeah, and it's healthier because there's less chemicals inside there. You know how to make your soap bar last longer?
How?
After you use it, you just dry in the sun. And it will last longer.
What?
Yeah. It will
You
harden.
mean after you use
After
it,
you use the soap,
you leave it under the sun to let it dry, and then you use it the next day?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
you once a week, you just put it in the sun.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So how much do you think you save from this purchase?
Actually, more like it's a mental thing where I like to save the environment, and as well, it's a win-win both ways. Environment and good for your skin.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Like, you know, the soap bar, then you rub, and then all the hair will get stuck.
No, where you go? Since when you use a hair soap bar, your hair gets stuck. That doesn't happen. What soap you used last time?
You think he's like a what?
You had the horrible
orangutan or a chimpanzee? What are you talking about?
Like the pubic hair.
No, oh my god.
Guys, we are in a money channel, guys. We are here. We are not gossip channel.
Okay,
It's a real concern. Okay,
Okay,
never
next.
mind. Next.
This one is one of my best buys. This is something I use on a daily basis. Other than the soap, which is this.
What was that?
I need to put this in. This is called a water jet. I use it every day at the end of the day to jet spray my teeth. It's like going to a dentist, so it gets rid of plaque underneath the gums and stuff.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
How much is this?
$30 US dollars is about $20 over.
Okay, not advertising on a specific brand, guys. There's no affiliate brand on this, but
This looks good. I'll
this
get
looks
it.
interesting. Yeah, so what do you do with this actually? So
it's like a water floss. But the difference is, when you brush your teeth, there are some parts you can't get into, especially under the gums, the plugs. So after I use this, you don't really need to go to the dentist anymore, although you should. I don't have any kind of tooth decay, and there's no complaints from the dentist ever since I start using this. Because it just gets rid of everything. Like sometimes those that remove wisdom tooth, it gets rid of stuff underneath the gums. Although you spend this $30, you might save you a tooth or two. You less operations.
Really good. I want
I know.
it.
I never seen a water floss before, but it looks interesting.
If you want to get this, get those that's made in China, Xiaomi or stuff. Those that under the US brands are not as reliable. Those been breaking down on me. Yeah,
the US brands.
Yeah, it's funny. I usually prefer to use US brands, but somehow the China ones, the cheap China ones are the one lasting longer, because you must know this goes under the water every other day, and it spoils quite quickly.
Yeah. So for me, I use the electric toothbrush. I think that's the best as well. I mean, it removes like you say again, those stubborn stain on the teeth and all this stuff, and actually reduces the time needed to go to the dentist, I suppose. Yeah, but I don't know. Do people even go to dentist nowadays? In Singapore, after it's free by school, people don't actually follow up with going to dentist. I hope people are disciplined enough to do so. It's really important. The last thing you want to do is going to spend like what $1,000 on like dental
to fix your teeth.
dental surgery, and then like just because saving a few bucks, right? So on this note, Qiuyu, so what thing do you have that you purchased and help you to save money and time in the long run?
I really believe in like saving my time, and I don't like to do household chores.
Cool.
And I have dogs at home, which means like my floor and everything, it gets like very dusty with all the dog furs all the time, very easily. In fact, almost every day you see dog fur on my floor. What I really need and what I have at home is this robot vacuum cleaner. I think it saves a lot of my time. So every day, every morning, I just need to press ding, and then the robot will just go and vacuum the place. I mean, is it perfectly clean? It's not, but it's good enough.
Is it smart? Because I heard they are like dumb as hell. You will just bang the
To
stuff.
be honest, right? Okay, the current one that I have right now is the Xiaomi one. I think it's fantastic. It's really smart.
The Xiaomi one that
It's
I think
cheap
you're
and
using,
good.
right? Same as mine. It maps out the entire house.
Wow.
You literally can see on the phone.
And you can actually choose, right, on your phone,
Yeah.
your mobile phone, to mark out the area, right, that you want the vacuum cleaner to go and
be at.
clean. Yes.
Cool.
It's so damn
Which is
smart.
really
and
advanced,
it's
yeah.
very accurate.
Not sponsored post, by the way.
Yeah.
but
Yeah. So last time the first robot vacuum that I had was like Samsung. It was damn freaking expensive.
How
I
much?
bought it like way long ago. It was at 1,008 at that point in time. And it wasn't that smart. That was really, really many years ago.
Was it in Sing dollars or US dollars?
Sing dollar,
So it's
1,008.
US about 1,005.
1,005,
Okay.
yes.
2004-ish.
Yeah, it spoiled and I sent it for repair, spoiled again, so I threw it away.
Samsung sucks.
Whoops.
Oh, so sorry.
Then I switched it to Xiaomi and it has been working fine for me for quite a
Yeah.
long time. How much is it? It's so cheap.
$200.
I think, okay, not so cheap.
$200.
It's about 200 plus,
200 plus.
300
What?
plus US, Sing dollar. It's-
So it's like divide by
exactly.
8, 9.
Yes.
What? All right. Okay.
I think there's one thing about like spending to save money, right? Is that you don't invest in the first version of the technology. It's like usually the worst. When this robot vacuum thing like appears, right? Let the market do the proof of concept. Like a few of them will die off.
And-
like the water one might not be the best. Just let it dwindle off before you decide.
And I
because
think I was like paying for
yeah.
the brand as well.
Perhaps
Samsung,
yeah.
right?
I think economy of scales. Probably, perhaps Samsung would have been cheaper now, but because you haven't reached mass adoption. I mean, a simple one would be air fryer. Have you heard of air fryer?
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like when it started, it's like $300. Now, how much the air fryer is?
Less than 100, you can get something really good.
If you're in the States and if you don't know what's an air fryer, right? I'm not too sure. Please let us know in your country there's such thing as an air fryer. Apparently, it's like super huge in Singapore right now. I have like 3 air fryers at home.
I have one.
I love.
Do you have one?
I love to
No.
fry food.
I prefer deep fry.
Oh god.
Yummy.
For me, one of my best purchase in life is a $7 resistant band.
Huh? What is that?
A resistant band is like a workout band. I got the inspiration from one of the overseas trip from a friend of mine. So we were having this holiday and then he just brought this band. I thought like, why do you bring this like BDSM like
Huge rubber band.
what's up
It's
with
like
you?
a
right?
huge rubber band.
It's like a huge rubber band, like a thick rubber band, right? And that is like the smallest thing you can bring around to do the biggest amount of workout and resistance. I mean, like we are talking about, if done correctly, you can do squats,
Chest.
press, chest,
Back.
like back and everything, right? And just band. Like so, during this COVID period, as many of you all would have seen, we are being locked down at home and stuff for many countries, right? So how do you keep yourself fit is really the cheapest way. I mean, you see people buying like hundreds of dollars of dumbbell, not that efficient because it's only one form, right? So I find band is like the cheapest thing you can buy, but with the most variation of workout you can do. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Okay, another thing that I think you spend to save is this thing, and I saw people commenting and asking about it in our previous episode on can't remember which topic. People were asking about subscription. We talk about subscription, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
somebody was asking about what about Netflix subscription. So personally, right, I think that Netflix subscription is spending to save. Because, right, you spend that, I don't know how much every month.
It's like $10.
I think 10, 20.
How come you don't know how much money you spend on Netflix? Did you just get other people's password? You're one of those, right?
I asked Juno for his account. So I didn't spend on it, but I watch it. So you watch it, then you can spend hours at home. Let's say on your off day, you nothing to do. You can spend the time at home watching all this, right?
All for free, and you feel good about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You watch for free. I watch for free. Or if you watch for maybe $10+ per month, and then you save more because you don't go out and spend more money. I think that's like spending to save.
Yeah, I know some of the comments will be like, hey, why can't you just watch your YouTube for free? Can watch Chicken Genius all over. People will say that, right? But of course, like attach that to like Disney Plus.
Yes.
I know it's like expenses to people, right? But think about it. Okay, provided you have nothing better to do than your business and your life, right? And investment, right? If you rewatch the whole Marvel series, right? That'll probably kill off like
my favorite.
Like 40 hours of your life, right? Yeah. But guys, so we're not saying this that, hey, do nothing and be a couch potato. So that's not our point. Our point is that, hey, you know what? Like, if you're going to spend 40 hours outside of your home, right? That can be really expensive.
To the Netflix point, I was so budget last time. What I did is I actually posted like, could we share? Because I can't ask my friends, so most of them already have Netflix. Yeah. So I was just asking in like public platforms. Singapore is Carousel. Australia is Gumtree. I'm not too sure what is it in US where you trade.
Maybe Reddit,
eBay. I'm not really sure. I said, can we share the account? If I'm not wrong, for most platforms, it's an immediate ban. Yeah. So I you can't do that. So the only way if you want to share an account is probably ask your close friends or not. Yeah. Just letting you guys know if you have an account that you like a lot, you have got good reviews, and you do that, you are going to get banned.
But if I use Juno's account,
it's fine.
Right?
Yeah, it's friend.
It's friend. As long as you don't post it publicly,
It's super high leverage. That's super high leverage. You're not even paying for an account.
Yeah, I'm not paying for anything.
I want to talk about like a little bit bigger purchase item that I think most young people might overlook. In my 20s, I overlook as well is I pay for, say, quarterly physio sessions, physiotherapy. I think it's very important because alignment is like this big issue, in health as well. Per session might cost me like upwards of $100+ right? But it really helps me alignment wise, and of course, me being a little bit more budget conscious, right? I'll just squeeze my ROI from the return on investment from the physiotherapists. But what should I do at home? What should I do next, right? And then I just want to get as much knowledge as possible, right? And then I just do it myself, right, at home for the next 3 months. And so I think that's really important because you don't want all this thing to lead to some like major injuries, issue, and inflexibility stuff and all that. So I think stretch is important. Going for alignment is important. That helps. Do you have any experience going to like physio, chiro, and stuff?
Is your physio a chiropractor? Like
no, it's pure. So I actually went for chiro before, but I went into a deeper dive in reading about chiro. There's controversial conversation about chiro. People can read online. So I believe that if you strengthen your muscle or you release your muscle, it will align the bone. Versus like you would do the bone release, but your muscles still pull them back to its old form. Yeah.
I do go to chiro, but he does both muscle release. That hurts. Yeah, but after that he like does that cracks. Wow, that is so good.
Feels good, right?
And you don't go for any of those?
No, I only go for massage from time to time.
Okay, a luxury life, man.
No, like for fun. Those are like more for relaxation rather than for health purposes.
But masseuse, they use that oil on you. Is that you all the oil?
No,
Go back home and bathe.
I'll do those like no oil massage if I ever go to.
Yeah, those oil like very hard to come off. Anyway, back to the topic, right? I go for chiropractic, but he does the muscle part.
I think it's important though. I think as you are slightly older, maybe looking at our face, we are slightly older, right? So I think there's a tendency that you take your health a little bit more because you don't want to pay for the big bucks at the back, like your medical bills and stuff like that. Yeah. So to me, that's it. Of course, none of us are a financial planner. I think investing in a hospitalization plan, paying a little bit to save a lot as well. Paying for hospitalization, paying for coverage, and stuff. I think that's very important. I think in Singapore, probably we have reached a fluency level that people do see the importance of getting hospitalization plans. And in Singapore, we call it riders. So like paying a little bit of like premium of like $50 a month or something like that. And then that helps you to kind of cover 95% or 90% of your medical bills. And also, I think that's so important. I mean, imagine you save that few bucks, right? And then you end up having a 10, 20K medical bills. It's going to hurt your bank like mad, man.
I mean, so basically what you need to do is wherever you are in the world, just make sure you are covered. If you go to the hospital and you do need to come out a lot of money.
Yeah.
So whatever plans you have in your country, just get the minimum just to cover you the hospital.
Yeah, I think that is the minimum you need to have, at least for insurance, right?
Yeah.
So because you know that the medical bill is going to like wipe out all your savings if you don't have a hospitalization plan.
Even for you and your parents, you make a very good point, because there's this story that imagine I know this family that went broke. What happened is that their father went to this emergency, like they need to stay in this ICU, and every day is $1,000.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah. And they couldn't pull him out of the emergency, so the first son had all his savings wiped out. Sell the house, everything. And by the time he goes to the second son, what are you going to do? You either sell your house, eventually you will go broke, or either way, the decision is a very painful decision. So rather than that happening, you rather just cover the minimum for hospitalization.
So important. I mean, like, you just cannot help it to face the reality at some point that you're gonna get sick. I mean, like, you just have to face the fact you're gonna get sick no matter what.
Spend a little bit of money just in case anything. It will save you a big pain, especially your people around you pain.
And on Ken's note, right, I totally agree, because after I started working, right, the first insurance that I got was hospitalization for myself. Then after a few months, I realized, oh shit, what about my parents? Because I realized that if they don't have that hospitalization plan, anything happens to them, it's on me, right? Because we are like in the sandwich generation.
Gosh,
I don't know how many
my parents.
how many of you are in this sandwich generation? You need to take care of your parents, right? So I managed to help my dad get his hospitalization plan just before he was diagnosed with diabetic.
Oh.
Yeah,
so blessed, so blessed. I mean, for folks who are outside of Singapore, sandwich generation is a term that we use in Singapore because we are now in an era whereby we are affluent enough, we have an income, but our parents are not that well off previously. Now we have to take care of them, and also we might take care of the next generation, which is our children. So we are kind of in this era whereby you might have the most depth and liability and responsibility all on you at one go. So we call it like the sandwich generation right now. Last but not least, on a more bigger picture note for me, I think very hard about this topic, right? And then I realized that I don't really spend a lot anyways. But one of the key biggest decisions that saved me a lot of money, I'm talking about tens and 20 of thousands every year, is I rent out the apartment that I purchased. I collected the rental and I ran somewhere so near to my workplace, I walk to work.
That will save you thousands of dollars a month.
Thousands, right? I mean, people say, hey, what if you can take public transport? Yes, and there's nothing wrong with that. But, that reduces my expenses because I would no longer need a car. So I literally walk to work every day now because I live so near my workplace. It's walkable. And if I have to rush home for any emergency for my daughter and all that, I'm a stone throw away. So to me, that's one of the best decisions I've ever made. Do I pay a slight premium to do this? Yes. Probably out of pocket it's about like $200 because of the differences, because I ran out, I had to top up a little bit for the bigger house that I'm renting right now, right? So it's like $200-$300 differences, but it's the best investment because time, that helps me in crazy amount of time, because if I reduce transport time in Singapore, if you take public transport to your workplace like 45 minutes and an hour, that saved me that. Secondly, it saved me money because I do not pay for like, even if I'm taking like Uber or Grab in Singapore, right? My Grab fare is like $6 because I'm staying in a city centre. So I think that is one of my biggest savings.
It's a very smart choice, actually. Right.
But it's very uncommon in Singapore. Yeah, you don't hear people staying in a rental house.
The idea of home ownership is people hold very tightly to that, right?
Yeah.
So people don't feel comfortable renting, staying in the place that they rent.
When I heard of this financially sound plan, right, that was my first resistance. Staying in someone else's home, you know what I mean? But I got so used to it after so many years. So I'm like numb. Like, this is my preferred lifestyle now because I can shift anywhere I want right now. I don't have the burden of that ownership, and I just rent it out and I just collect rental.
Yeah, anyway, what's $200 to you, man? Is like peanut money, right?
Peanut.
Money is still money, guys. Yeah. If you can take care of your $2, you can take care of 20,000. Yes, I mean,
But
to me,
you
that's
are
very
spending
important.
the $200 to save maybe about $1,000, so that is like spending to save.
Yeah, I think that's what we always preach over here as well. That we want to be pound wise. Sometimes you can be a little bit penny foolish because you love what you do and stuff like that. I think that's fine. It's something that you like and all that. But if your big decision is always wrong, then it doesn't matter anymore. Whatever money you save in a small move, right? I see that in two of you guys as well. Is that you guys make very smart big move. That's why you also make very smart small moves as well. But the truth is, if the big move don't even get right, nobody's gonna ever retire, and that's the biggest issue, right?
Can you see this from this episode? The high level thinking to mid-level to me buying soap. Do you see that movement here?
It's a mindset, right, of like thriftiness and making sure that it makes sense. Value for money, right? Value is what you get from any purchase as well. I think that's what we want to do the most. Every time you invest, you want to squeeze out every cent and every dollars out from that investment. I think that's the most sound decision ever. And I hope you guys learned something from this episode, man. I mean, like we cover from soap bar to staying at home. So there must be some takeaway from this, right? And guys, type in the comment section. We would love to read it as well. What is that one investment that you spend that costs you to save hundreds or even thousands of dollars, right?
Let us know. I want to read so I can maybe learn from you guys.
So that I can also buy and spend on the right thing to save more money.
Yeah, and of course for our viewers as well, so everybody can really have a vibrant community of spending money to save more. With that, thank you guys for watching this episode. See you next episode. Bye.
Bye.